Hello everyone, and welcome to my DOOL Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. What fans should know about Stefan DiMera's future, and is Brandon Barash leaving DOOL? According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, a major plot surprise has many fans worried about Stefan DiMera's future. Stefan had to shoot Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, in order to preserve Gabby Hernandez DiMera's life. Since he is the one pressuring characters like Stefan to do horrible things, Clyde Weston is the true antagonist of this tale. Nevertheless, by shooting Harris, Stefan crossed a very fine line. He will do it again by attempting to kill him in the hospital the week of February 26 to March 1st. Though it might seem like they're writing Stefan into a corner, remember that this is Days. This show has a tendency to invent its own laws and find creative ways to get characters out of sticky situations. Based on a number of various circumstances, there is currently no reason to believe that Brandon Barash will be departing the Stefan role. Let's start by examining Barash's response to Camila Banus leaving her role as Gabby in an interview with SOD from January 31st. Barash remarked, I was confident enough in my storytelling skills to know that I wasn't just going to ride off into the sunset and go away. Based on that reply, it's clear that Barash had no intention of leaving, and we now know that a new Gabby casting is on the way. Barash made some additional insinuations regarding it in that interview. When discussing the prospect of adding a new Gabby to the mix, Barash maintained that there has to be chemistry, presumably implying that he conducted chemistry tests with the new Gabby and that they would work well together on the show. When the strike material concludes, there's a lot of excitement about Sherry Jimenez making her debut as the new Gabby. Jimenez is an Instagram follower of Brandon Barash and a few other Days celebrities, so it seems like Gabby and Stefan's romance may still have chance. On February 7th, a picture of Brandon Barash and other cast members outside during a fire drill was also shared on the Days official Instagram account. It seems that as recently as this month, Barash was still filming. In light of this, we have every reason to think Stefan still has a bright future in Salem. Naturally, this does not mean Stefan will escape punishment. As demonstrated by characters such as Clyde, it is feasible to continue appearing in the show and maintain a narrative involving an inmate. That being said, if Stefan and Gabby's next chapter is eventually planned, whatever jail time Stefan would experience would only be a temporary situation. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Stefan has more mishaps in store, so stay tuned for updates on all the exciting events coming up. Was Teresa planting evidence to set up Xander as the shooter of Harris? Days in Our Lives. According to spoilers, Teresa Donovan was under Constantine Melioni's control even before they departed Greece. Alex Kyriakis was deemed by Teresa and Constantine to be the more fitting candidate to be Victor Kyriakis' long-lost son. Was the evidence planted by Teresa to put Xander in the wrong for shooting Harris Michaels? Days of Our Lives, Constantine Melioni's wants Xander Cook out of his way. According to spoilers, Constantine doesn't only detest Xander. Xander's interference with Xander's plans for Maggie Kyriakis is the reason Constantine wants him to step aside. Because Constantine wants Maggie's money, he wants Xander to remain as far away from Maggie as possible. As one of the few individuals who is aware of Xander's true ancestry, Constantine has no intention of letting Xander know that he is Victor's heir. Constantine is adamant about getting what he feels Victor owes him, even though he is aware that Xander would not permit it. Xander is aware of Constantine's malice. Xander Cook is hated by Teresa Donovan. Teresa despises Xander, and she knows she will lose Alex as well if the truth is out. Teresa would not need much convincing to frame Xander for assaulting Harris. But all Constantine would have to do is make a threat to reveal Teresa's involvement in designating Alex as the unidentified son. Teresa says she wants to change, but no matter who is harmed, she will stop at nothing to protect herself. Teresa most likely wouldn't object to Xander being framed as retaliation for prior actions. For most of his life, Xander has not been an upright person. Teresa Donovan is adamant about wedding Alex Kyriakis. Teresa's marriage to Alex is her top priority. Though she can't have Brady Black, Eric Martsolf, Teresa likes Alex and isn't necessarily in love with him. Since dating Alex, Teresa has appeared on Brady's show a few times. Brady makes Alex very jealous. But Alex isn't quite ready to tie the knot himself. Was this proof planted by Teresa to ensure that Xander was detained after shooting Harris? Will Xander lose his cool over a shooting that he was unaware of? Has Xander made any major faults in trying to be a gentleman when it comes to Sarah Horton? Had Xander not gone for that run, should he have stayed home with Sarah? The spoilers for Monday, February 20 SIXS episode of Days of Our Lives indicate that Wendy Shin will become very agitated by the awful predicament she finds herself in with Trip Johnson. Wendy will experience a medical emergency as a result of her inability to breathe and possibly a racing heart. But Trip will soon discern that Wendy is experiencing a panic attack, and he will attempt to calm her down by giving her some breathing exercises. In due course, Wendy will feel more at ease, and she will be appreciative of Trip's unwavering support during this abduction ordeal. While Ava Vitali will find solace in the knowledge that Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, has just opened his eyes, Wendy and Trip will continue to wait for a rescue. Naturally, Harris is still dazed and disoriented at the moment, but Dazed teasers indicate that eventually he will awaken sufficiently to respond to Rafe Hernandez's inquiries. Harris might struggle to recall the specifics of what happened, but Rafe will want to know if he can identify the assailant who defeated him. Dazed teasers indicate that Stefan DiMera will find it difficult to disguise his anxiety, but Ava will be relieved that Harris is still alive and recovering. Fans of DOOL are aware that Stefan pulled the gun and that, in the event that Harris awakens, he has been told to ensure that he loses consciousness permanently. Stefan will be concerned about Clyde Weston's pressure to complete the task correctly now that Harris is awake. Will Ava eventually start to suspect Stefan of acting strangely? Although Stefan has been making an effort to smile about Harris's better health, Ava might eventually think that something is wrong with his approach. Stefan will be quite anxious since, in any scenario, he will have to worry about both Clyde's threats and the potential that Harris will discover who he is. According to teasers for other days, Stephanie Johnson will continue to reflect on all the evidence proving Everett Lynch is Bobby Stein, the former spouse of Jada Hunter. Stephanie insisted on sending Everett to the hospital after he passed out, where he will receive a mental and physical assessment. While Stephanie waits for news nearby, Marlena Evans will question Everett about his history. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Everett might be dealing with a split personality issue. Follow along for updates on how this plot develops. On Days of Our Lives, Chad and Stephanie were already having trouble dealing with the former's commitment problems. As a result, the pair suffered an even worse setback when Everett, Stephanie's ex, showed up in Salem. Chad was uncomfortable with Stephanie's presence, despite the fact that she had no romantic interest in him. He adopted the DiMera way of solving his issue. However, according to the most recent spoilers, this secret could end up ruining his relationship with Stephanie. When the lovebirds part ways, will Everett come out on top? Let's investigate. Days of Our Lives has done a good job of illustrating the idea that DiMera's either purchase things or use blackmail to get them when they don't get what they want.